Hello, everyone, and good evening. My name is Marisa Maggio-Harelson, and I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. And I just want to welcome you to this beautiful Lifevantage overview. Thank the person that invited you tonight because what we have our hands on is truly a gift. I'm going to share a little bit about my story. I'm going to share about the products and the science, the extraordinary science behind these products. And also for those that might be open to an opportunity, there's that. So we just invite you to have an open mind tonight to listen to something that could truly change your life. Because listen, our immune system, our health is more important today than ever before. And how important is it to you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is your health to you? 77% of people recently surveyed were very interested in optimizing their immune system. And what you're going to learn tonight is that LifeVantage is pioneering a new science in nutrigenomics, nutrition for the genes, flipping on genetic switches so we feel better and we do more. So I'm going to start with sharing my screen in just a moment, but I want to tell you a little bit about how I got here and a little bit about me. So I'm a former television news reporter. I worked as a TV news anchor and reporter for almost 20 years. And I got out of that industry when my children were born. They were little, and I didn't want to work anymore. I didn't want to work for a TV station anymore because they owned my time. They owned my holidays. They owned my evenings. And I waited a long time to have kids. I was a career lady for most of my adult life. And then when I decided to have children, I wanted to be home with them. So I also am very passionate about health and wellness. I even had a health report when I worked in television news. So when I saw this, I am a certified yoga instructor. I have over 700 hours. I've been to India a couple of times, and I also teach meditation. And I learned about this through a yoga teacher and a yoga student almost 9 years ago. It'll be 9 years in March. And it truly just shifted my life. I wasn't looking for anything. In fact, my mom had just died about 7 months prior to me finding out about this. And I was really in a dark place in my life. I actually quit doing some marketing and PR work that I was doing because I was just so sad. And I submersed myself in my children, who are now 18 and 21, and my husband. And I've been married for almost 23 years. And we are just so blessed to have what we have our hands on here. So I invite you to just, as I mentioned, have an open mind. I'm going to share my screen and I'll tell you a little bit more about my story a little later. So LifeVantage, as I mentioned, we are bringing a pioneering science in nutrigenomics to the world. And it's very exciting because this is about wellness care. It's not about sickness care. And our company is publicly traded on the NASDAQ. We are a debt-free company as of April of this 2020, in like the worst time of the world that we know of at this lifetime. And even Erin Brockovich is on our board of directors. I can share a little bit more about her. So what we're going to be talking about is flipping those genetic switches, as I mentioned, to feel better and do more. Because every single day, our bodies are being hijacked by the foods we eat. Nutrition is everything. I mean, think about it. Nutrition is medicine. And what we're feeding ourselves can be either medicine or it can be poison. So it can cause heavy metal damage in our bodies. And then we have pesticides and pollution and sun damage and relationship stress and financial stress and all of these things over time. Technology, although we love it, that blue light can be very damaging. And did you know that since the Industrial Revolution, over 85,000 chemicals have been introduced into the world? In fact, when a child is born, it's already been exposed to over 200 environmental toxins. So what this is doing, it's taking the switches, the light switches of our cells, and it is dimming those light switches. And that's not good. So what does that feel like? Well, for a lot of people, it means a decreased immune system. It means brain fog and sluggishness and a bad mood and lack of motivation and increased stress and people feeling tired and people being sick and tired of feeling tired. But what's really happening at the DNA level to make you feel like this, or to make many people feel like this, is oxidative stress. So we'll talk a little bit about it's the rusting of the cells caused by aging, mitochondrial decline, and a decline in what's called sirtuins. You don't have to be a scientist to understand all of this. I'm going to really dummy it down because I am not a scientist. So Our genes have an extraordinary way of keeping our bodies healthy. I'm going to take you back in time to an ABC primetime investigative report that was a lead story back in 2005 with John Quinones, ABC's primetime, 11-time Emmy award-winning reporter. And when I saw that, I was blown away because coming from television news, I'm a skeptic by heart. But when I saw the research and the science behind this, I was blown away. So take a look at this ABC report. We're just going to show you a short clip of it tonight. But look what happens to John Quinones's oxidative stress level, his blood test during this interview.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
And that's what people did. And there were $5 million in orders over 2 weeks. The company stock went from $1 to $20 a share. It quickly went down. The company was almost delisted. There is truly a roller coaster of what's happened with this company because people wanted this, but they couldn't get it out to the masses. They were a small biotech company out of the University of Colorado in Denver at the time. I'll tell you a little bit more about that story in just a moment. But you saw that John Quinones's oxidative stress level was reduced by 45% in less than 2 weeks. Now, that's by flipping an NRF2 protein switch in the DNA. If you could leverage those genes with the flip of a switch, would you do it? Here's what oxidative stress is. He talked about the apple. You cut it in half, it turns brown. You take a bite of it, a banana, whatever, and it sits out for a while. You don't want to eat it. It's the rusting of that. It's oxidation. Guess what? That's what's happening inside of our bodies as we age, because our bodies are not producing enough antioxidant enzymes anymore because of oxidative stress. However, Protandim is the world's first NRF2 activator. It is a combination of 5 ingredients working synergistically to flip back on that light switch, the NRF2 pathway, the master regulator of our cells, to scientifically be proven reducing oxidative stress 40% in 30 days in all mammals tested, and up to 70% after 120 days. Pretty extraordinary. And that's why we have so many medical professionals that really understand this. They understand the science, because it's cleaning up the cellular garbage. Our bodies are miracles. It's not even Protandim that is the miracle. It is our bodies that is the miracle. So, NRF2 activation, here's what researchers from all over the world, Washington State University, saying it may well become the most important health promoting approach in the foreseeable future. NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary breakthrough in the history of health. Now, think about that. If you go to the National Institutes of Health Medical Library and you type in NRF2 activation, you're going to get about 16,000 studies. Here's what's happening as we age. Those beautiful antioxidant enzymes that worked really well when we were a kid, if we broke an arm or got a bruise and we healed pretty quickly, it's because our antioxidant enzymes were really working. As we age, they go way down. But one Protandim activates your own body's production of anti-aging enzymes to help your body eliminate 1 million free radicals per second, every second, scientifically proven. When I say scientifically proven, this is why. If you go to pubmed.gov, that's your taxpayer dollars paying for that, and you type in Protandim, you're going to see over 31 clinical peer-reviewed published studies from Harvard, Ohio State, Colorado State, Virginia Commonwealth, American Heart Association. Never before has the American Heart Association done a study on a branded supplement. There's a 10-year federally funded study done by the National Institute on Aging. It's a longevity study, and it was to see if mice lived longer on Protandim, and they did, and it equated to over 5 more human years. That was not paid for by the company. So we don't know. There's more and more studies that are being done. We never know when those are going to be released. So that's the first theory of aging, reducing oxidative stress at the cellular level. We're getting the plaque out, like brushing your teeth, right? Getting the plaque out. The second theory of aging is about your mitochondria. So we know when this cell phone starts going, the battery starts going down, we know we have to recharge it. Well, that's what we have to do with our bodies. The mitochondria, it is the powerhouse of the cell. And as we age, oxidative stress affects that. So our researchers have found a way to activate this pathway to increase more mitochondria in your own body, because without mitochondria, we're dead. So 5 natural ingredients, again, working synergistically to turn the NRF1 switch on, which is all about mitochondria production, increasing it by over 70%. ATP, the fuel for the heart, for everything. Without it, we would not be here. So this is increasing it by 70%, recharging the battery. So people are going to sleep better. They're going to feel better. They're going to have more cellular energy, better recovery. And then the third theory of aging, this is our Protandim family. 3 products, NRF2, NRF1 pathway, and now NAD. So what happens is as we age, we lose these sirtuins, they're longevity genes. We lose about 60% of them because they get all gunky. So it's almost like the garbage truck that comes out to the curb and takes the little bit of garbage we put out on the curb, right? Well, what if that big garbage truck didn't come by and pick up the rest of that cellular garbage? We'd have a lot of gunk, right? Well, that's what the NAD molecule is, and that's what the sirtuins are. And so people will do intermittent fasting to activate the sirtuins. And what they do is they have more mental clarity when they do better recovery. So what scientists have been able to do with 4 natural ingredients, including wasabi and olive leaf, is flip this switch, Protandim NAD, increasing your sirtuin activity 100% in 24 hours. So you don't have to do the intermittent fasting. You can activate your own sirtuins by over 100% in 24 hours. Pretty amazing. So that's degunking. It's cleaning up the cellular garbage. So you're flossing your cells, you're brushing your cells, you're getting your cells to be optimal. And that's really where we need to be starting, because once we get symptoms, the cellular damage has happened. So what happens in the cell when you flip all three of these switches together, reducing that oxidative stress, boosting the mitochondria, and activating the sirtuins? Oh my goodness. By themselves in the gray, they're amazing. Protandim NRF2, NRF1, and Protandim NAD. But when you put them all together, it supercharges these particular genes that are responsible for reducing oxidative stress, increasing mitochondria, and increasing the sirtuins by over 1,800%. So yes, are you going to feel different? Oh yeah, I feel amazing. I feel better today than I did even in my 20s. So are you ready to flip the switch? If so, you're going to have better moods and motivation. It's going to support your healthy longevity, improve mental focus and concentration, mental and physical energy. Wow, who doesn't need that, right? And it supports a healthy inflammatory response and a healthy vascular system. I don't know, but I think that's a really good thing for people to feel today, more important than ever before. That's our Protandim family. That's the pillar of our company right here. And then we have just a few more products that actually have the NRF2 technology in most all of the products. Axio for the brain. And we also have Pet Tandem. And my little pet hasn't had his today, but he's sleeping right next to me. Honey, if you want to come over here, I'll give you some Pet Tandem. It's a chewable. So people were giving Pro Tandem, the little yellow pill, to dogs, sheep, cats, horses, and having extraordinary results because they have 7 times the amount of oxidative stress. Come here, baby. Anyway, that is, and then Axio's brain food, and that's what I'm drinking. I had one right now. This is my second one today. I taught yoga at 5:30 this morning, and I wanted to have another little one right now, so that's what I'm having. And it really is firing up the neurotransmitters without carbonation, without sugars. It's all what we call nootropics or phytonutrients, nutrition for the brain food. So find out more about that. We've seen huge results in people with serious focus issues, which I could say I probably have. We have the NRF2 activation in the skincare and hair care. Get back to that person who shared that with you because it's extraordinary, the science behind that. We have a beautiful probiotic that is 60% absorbs through the entire colon. And that is very unique because most probiotics only have a 4% absorption. We actually have a patented ingredient in there, as well as a patented technology that allows it to bypass the harsh acid in the throat and in the stomach. We have a very clean omega. You can trace the boat to the bottle. It even has vitamin D in it, which everybody knows you need to be having more vitamin D today. It also has the healthy omegas. No fishy burp taste. In fact, it tastes like lemon lime if you were to bite it. And the fish are cod and pollock found in the coldest waters in the Nordic, and they are pressed right there. So it is very fresh. We have a physique weight management line. We're a wellness company. We're not a weight loss company, but we are a total wellness company. We have a beautiful, clean whey protein with no casein in it, with only 1 gram of sugar in there. We have a beautiful prebiotic that tastes like blood orange that, really supports even blood sugar levels. It also can support maybe feeling a little more full. So if you want to have it before your largest meal, you may not eat as much. And then we have a fat burner in that weight management line, which is made with Mediterranean citrus plant and a coffee bean with no jitters, but attacks the actual visceral fat cells that lie deep inside the body and that can attack the organs. So even thin people, I love this fat burner, and I notice a difference when I don't take it. So that is our cast of characters, our product catalog. We have different stacks that people can buy that will save them money. And 90% of Lifevantage is customer based. But I want to share one more thing. We are coming out on March 13th to the general public with this beautiful daily wellness immune support drink mix. Now, our company acted fast in what is happening in the world. This has just come out, and I actually am tasting it. I'm part of the little beta test. I love it. And this has five ingredients in it, five for thriving, basically. It's vitamin C, it is vitamin D, it is a fermented yeast. And when you understand the science behind this fermented yeast, you will be blown away. It also has elderberry in it and also has zinc. So we know that zinc is very, very important today. So I just love this. It's all here. You don't have to buy all those different things. If you take this every single day, in 2 hours, this is boosting your immune system. Scientifically proven, 7 research studies and 8 clinical studies. So ask the person about that coming out March 13th. We're taking pre-orders for that. So I love health and I love people and I love being a servant leader. I love sharing things. I love teaching yoga. I love helping people get healthier. So for me, this was a no-brainer. I was going to share this with people. We don't want to sell. We want to educate people. We want to give them the information and let them decide for themselves what is it for them that speaks to them. As I mentioned, 90% of our company is customer based. But for those that have an entrepreneurial spirit, there is an opportunity. I didn't know I had an entrepreneurial spirit. I'll share a little bit more about that later. But Lifevantage is an 11-year-old company. We're based out of Utah, publicly traded, as I mentioned, debt-free. And we have our governing board of directors includes Aaron Brockovich and executives from some of the largest companies in the world. And if you look at trends today, wellness care is where people are focusing attention. And look at the products that Lifevantage has. In fact, we are in every one of these industries of anti-aging, multi-billion dollar a year industries, skincare, hair care, pet care, energy, and weight loss. But our products are not Me Too products. They're not what you go to the drugstore for. These are high-end, beautiful nutrigenomic products that are clean and that really do help support your health. And really, what is the most important investment today? It is your health. It's more important than buying and shopping and clothes and purses and all of that. In fact, in 2017, cosmetics, what people were doing for their face or whatever, was outpacing the wellness industry. That shifted in 2018. And I can tell you today that's even gone way further. In fact, 77%, as I mentioned, are caring more about their immune system than ever before and their health. So for me, this was a no-brainer. This was an opportunity for me to create an online wellness business that I can do from my home, that I don't have to report to a boss anymore. And it took time. It took time to have success. Yes, we'll talk a little bit more about that. But I basically have a virtual office. I show a PowerPoint. I meet with people via Zoom, sometimes in person. I miss a lot of our in-person meetings that we were having, but we can do a lot with technology. We have a beautiful app. Oh my goodness, that's intuitive, that has artificial intelligence that prompts you and helps you and supports you and tells you time to follow up with this person. And they watch this, and it's just amazing what we have. You get a personal online store, you get a website when you join Lifevantage, and there's opportunities to get paid on a daily basis. And yes, we do get to travel. I've traveled all over the world with my husband, and beautiful people that are life-minded and like-minded, that care about health and really do care about helping other people. So as I mentioned, I didn't grow up in an entrepreneurial home. I grew up in Lexington, Kentucky, youngest of 5 children. And our parents argued quite a bit about what we didn't have growing up. And that's what I remember. You learn either an abundant mindset when you're a child or a lack of abundant mindset. And ours was a lack of abundant. My dad was a coal miner's son from Appalachia. He was a World War II veteran, God rest his soul, and my mom as well. But they just they taught us a lot. We came from a loving family, but there was a lot of hardship with that as well. And so some of those things plague you as you move about your life as an adult. And I kept thinking, I have children now and I'm an older mom. Is there going to be enough when my husband's on a fixed retired income? And I didn't know to think differently, you all. I was on the hamster wheel of life like everybody else. You do a job, you get paid. You don't do it, you don't get paid. Well, here, what if you do the work once and you share it over and over? You start developing this beautiful team of people that are sharing it with other people. And instead of paying the big box stores and the retail shelves, we're actually supporting people. And we're only as successful as the people we help. And that's very different than when I worked in television news. The person next to me wanted my job. Here, you're only as successful as the people on your team that you are supporting and lifting up. And that just really spoke to my heart because this is a heart-based business. So when someone joins Lifevantage, look at what we are paying. That second column, average monthly commissions paid per rank. We have levels as a distributor just coming into the business to an executive pro 10. And everybody's successes are going to be different because it's a growth journey. More than anything, it's a personal growth journey. And then you get paid for becoming a better person and a leader in the world to teach people how to be the leader of their own life. And I really know today that I am unemployable because I have been able to help others create leverage in their life. And that is truly a gift, more today than ever before. A Pro 3 is about someone who has, this may not make sense to you, but 5,000 organizational volume points coming through their business. It's almost dollar for point. And they're getting over $600 monthly leveraged income check. That's actually really good. And that could help save someone from losing a home, or it could make a car payment. Then we get into a little higher rank, and that has a little bit more, you give a little bit more into the business, right? We have a lot of people that have full-time jobs that do this, and they want to either pay for their product, and that's enough, share it with a couple family members, that's enough, that's perfect. You can do part-time, full-time, or life-changing income. I didn't know where this was going to go. A Pro 5 is about 20,000 organizational volume points coming through their business every month. They did not do that by themselves. They actually started getting some people who saw it like they did, and they just wanted to share it. So now you have this beautiful team that's growing and expanding, and you don't know where your business is going to grow. Then when you get into the elite level, you take part in what's called global revenue sharing. And these are the leaders of the company. These are people who are really helping others be successful. A Pro 7 is over 100,000 organizational volume points coming through their business monthly. I hit that rank in 5.5 years. Now, 5.5 years was going to happen with or without Lifevantage in my life, or with or without an opportunity. And I can tell you, as a television news reporter, I never made 6 figures a year, and that's including working in the Phoenix market. 1 year later, I hit what's called Elite Pro 8, and that's over 200,000 organizational volume points coming through your business every month. And you can see there that this is like crazy. And I couldn't even believe it. But what the biggest lesson for me is that I've been able to grow. I've been able to help others grow. I've become a better person. I've become a better wife. I've become a better mom. And my children and my husband have seen, like, we start from one set. My first sale was one bottle of Protandim. I started at ground zero with no network marketing experience. This is the most beautiful business model that's widely misunderstood. But once people understand it, oh my gosh, it's just such a joy to be a part of it. This is the most joyful work I have ever done in all my years of working. So here's how you get involved if you are interested in the business. A lot of customers will come in on one of these packs. It's a one-time purchase. Our platinum pack, obviously, you're saving the most money, over 35%. You're getting all of our products. So you get all the lattes of your Starbucks business, if you want to think of it that way. You want to be a product of the product. You want to be able to share what you've experienced. Oh, this is so good. You get the hair care, the skin care. Trust me, you're going to love that skin care. Oh my goodness. And then the gold pack is you get most all of the products, but not all of them. And this is a one-time purchase. And when your other friends join you, or people that you'll end up meeting, you'll get a thank you check for 40%. So when you do that a total of 3 times for any one of these packs, you've now recovered your cost. You've gotten your return on investment. You've gotten your products for free, your website for free, and you're ready to build this global business. And I think that's where people don't really quite value what this is, because the level of entry to really own a multi-million-dollar business that you don't have overhead is pretty extraordinary. So get back to the person that shared this with you. Get your questions answered. Can you do it? Is this something that speaks to you? It might not be. Be a customer then. Get healthier because that's what we need more than anything. But if you are looking at an opportunity to weave in the nooks and crannies of your life, we have a beautiful system, a system for success. We call it ITT. We have a training this coming Saturday that's virtual that you are more than welcome to be on at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. And it's going to be about 2 hours this Saturday. And you'll get a feel for the culture of Lifevantage and the people. And you'll just be, I was blown away. Like this seemed to be too good to be true, to be honest, but it is true. And that's the truth. This is a beautiful company with integrity and with heart. And if you have a burning desire to change your life, and if you are coachable and you have good work ethic, then let's talk and let's answer your questions and see if this is a fit for you. So a little bit more about Lifevantage, and then I will wrap it up. We've been voted as best places to work multiple times in Utah. Aaron Brockovich, as I mentioned, on the board of directors. Our shampoo, our hair care line. Oh my gosh, if you have hair issues, scalp issues, you are going to want that hair care line, but it won an International Business Award. We've been added to the Russell 3000 Index for those of you that are interested in investments. We are growing exponentially. When I started, we were in 4 countries. We're now in over 25. We have free shipping. We rang the closing bell on Wall Street a year ago, January, during Wellness Week. Wall Street asked Lifevantage to ring the closing bell. And that was beautiful to be able to see Lifevantage up there on Wall Street in the lights. It was like Broadway for NASDAQ. So it was amazing. And we're the official sponsors for Real Salt Lake Major League Soccer team. That says a lot also. My favorite part is giving back. We have charities all over the world, Lifevantage Legacy Program. And this is, I've been to Mexico twice with my kids and my husband, and Lifevantage, about 300 other people building homes for families, basically living in cardboard shacks and providing meals for over 200 families. It has been absolutely extraordinary. Not a dry eye when you give keys to a family who had not been, didn't even have a roof over their heads. So there's many more charities this company gives back to. Where do you go from here? Get back to the person that invited you and get your questions answered. Become a customer, get healthier. And why wait to get healthier? Or if you see yourself doing this, then we say, please join our team and we'll show you the way to feel better and do more. Thank you all so much for being a part tonight. It truly has been my honor to share this incredible gift of Lifevantage. Take care. Bye-bye.